Well, good afternoon, Facebook. Good afternoon. It is Friday, and that means if it's around the noon time, that means it's time for Focus on It Friday. So it is time for Focus on It Friday. I am Dr. Brandy B. Come on in, grab some friends, and come on in today. We have a good one, y'all. We are going to talk about stress today, and oh my goodness, who among us is not feeling some type of stress? Y'all, this is a good one. Come on in, get all your girlfriends, get all your guy friends, get all the grandmamas in your circle, get whoever you can get to listen, because this is where they need to be. Come on in. Dr. Brandy B is here, and we are ready. We are ready. I'm not seeing it pop up. There we go, popping up. Over here, I'm going to pin it to my page, and then we're going to go over to my personal page and get it shared. Oh, my goodness. I'm so happy to be here. Is anybody here with me today? Come on in, guys. Come on in. All right. I'm so excited. We've got 4 people here. Come on in. I knew y'all were coming. I could count on you guys. You guys always come through. And I appreciate you so much. Come on in, guys. I'm not going to keep y'all about 15 minutes. Y'all won't let me do that. But come on in. Let me get over here. Get my comments pulled up. I don't see anybody here. Where are you all today? Nobody's saying anything. Talk to me. Let me know you are here. So, yes, I am Dr. Brandy B, and I'm excited to be. Miss Keen is here. We've been missing you. So glad that you are here. Yes, she says, good morning, Dr. Brandy. I'm here watching from Powder Springs, Georgia. Yes, Miss Ashley Jesse Grove. Thank you for watching. Auntie Julia, you made it. Auntie Julia is in the building. She says, I don't know what is going on with that Facebook. It will not let me know when you are coming on. But honey, we are in the building today. Y'all want to get some paper for today because we are going to take some notes. We are talking about reducing stress, but honey, it is going to be information that is good for all of us. So make sure that you've got some paper. I've got my paper. So I hope that you have yours too, because you're not going to be able to remember it all. And then you're going to say, what did you say was the third one? And then I'm going to say, I don't know, girl, because I don't remember. So I want you to take your notes as we go so we can be ready. We can be ready. Let's see. Miss Trisha King says, good morning. Hello, dear. Thank you for joining us at Focus on It Friday. Destiny Stevens says, hi, I'm just hopping on for a minute, and then I've got to leave for work in a few. Well, we hope that you have a great time at work without any incident and just nothing but smooth sailing, and that the weekend will be good for you as well. Thank you for hopping on for just a minute. Tell my girl Emily I said hello and I missed her. We've got Betty Jeffers coming on as well. We're going to give everybody just a few more minutes, and then we will get started. Miss Jeffers says, hi, Dr. B, and I say hello right back to you. Thank you all so much for coming in. We're just going to give everybody one more minute, and then we will get started. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be one that all your girlfriends are going to need to hear. All of them. All of them will need to hear, especially if they have kids, but they're going to need to hear it for themselves as well. So we want to make sure that we have that information to be able to share with our girlfriends. Who else is watching? I think that's it. We got everybody. Miss Vikita Mason is watching. Oh, and there you go. You're speaking now. Hello. Thank you for joining. And Miss Sharon Morrison is watching. I miss you so much, beautiful. I thank you for joining me as well. Well, I'll go ahead and get started. I'm Dr. Brandy B, your triple board certified pediatrician, adult psychiatrist, and child and adolescent psychiatrist, Facebook host of the critically acclaimed, I like the way that sounds, Focus on It Friday, best-selling author of the book Shine, Understanding ADHD So Your Child Can Be a Star, ADHD expert. I'm a coach, test-taking coach, and I'm a mommy of 3, honey. That gives me something to add to my list of awards. And so I am here with you for Focus on It Friday so that we can get some information so we can help our kids be great in the classroom and in life. Hello, Miss April Weatherby. Thank you so much for joining. And we've got Kalu Charisma. She says, good afternoon, fam. Good afternoon to you as well. Let's go ahead and get started. So we are talking about today things that are going to help us reduce our teens and our stress this school year. Go ahead and grab your paper and let's get in focus. Get in focus. All right. So these are going to be the 10 S's. The 10 S's to reducing stress. The first is to set realistic goals. We got to set realistic goals. How many times do we set out to complete, a list of 25 things in one day? And all of those things require at least 2 or 3 hours to do. You're going to be stressed out because something you're not going to be able to do. So some people suggest, that you make out your to-do list. And this is for, right, marketed for your teens, but for you as well. So set realistic goals. Some of it may be stuff I've got to do today, stuff that if I get to today, great. And then stuff that honestly, I know I'm not going to get to this and that's okay. Suddenly our list of 20 now may turn into a list of 3. That's much more manageable in a 24-hour period than a list of 20, right? So the first thing that we need to do is to set realistic goals. Number 1, to set realistic goals. Okay. Realistic goals. All right. That's the first thing we want to do. If we don't set realistic goals, we are going to be stressed out every single time. Hello, Miss Auntie Sadie. Thank you for joining. If we don't set realistic goals, we're going to be stressed out. Remember, we are focusing on things to reduce our teens and our stress during the school year. So I had a patient this week, right? 11th or 12th grader, and she was stressed out. She said that she had a fairly decent load. It wasn't super heavy in class. She had a part-time job and she was on color guard. And so I said to her, can you let go of your job? And she was like, yeah. And her mama was like, she doesn't have to work. And I was like, girl, what you holding on to a job for? We need to set, right, some realistic goals. A realistic goal for you right now, if we're talking about reducing stress, is to let the job go. She said, well, what about the things that I'm going to need for money? And her mama said, what about them? We give you what you need and what you want. And I'm looking at her like, okay, girl, what you talking about? So we have to set realistic goals and know what it is reasonable for us and for our teens to be able to accomplish in a set amount of time, letting go of those things that we cannot do. Hello, Miss Catrice. Thank you for joining. Number 2, guys. Number 2, we're talking about the 10 S's to reduce stress. The 10 S's to reduce stress. The first is to set realistic goals. The second is to say or admit our abilities and disabilities. All right. So we've got to say or admit disabilities and abilities, right? Abilities or strengths and weaknesses. Strengths and weaknesses. Okay. Hello, Miss Levy. Thank you for joining. So we've got to do that. And we spend all this time over here on Focus on It Friday saying we've got to be honest with ourselves. We can't heal what we won't reveal. It's important to be able to label things because when we label things, we know how to appropriately handle them. And so if I am a girl, for all I have is paper that has 10 lines, but I need a list that's 20, that is a disability for me. That's a disadvantage for me. I either need to go to the next page and learn how to do that, or I need to keep my list 10 lines long. That may be a coping strategy and a behavioral strategy for the people who try to fill up their list with all these different things that they'll never get to in a day, is to have a shorter list, right? So, but we got to say those things that we know are struggles for us. I think the only C maybe that I got in high school, I don't exactly remember, but the only C that I got was in geometry. So when it's time for my children to get to 9th grade or 10th grade, whenever geometry is taught, guess what? I'm going to say, Mama struggled in that class. I had some challenges. Let us go ahead and get you a tutor if that's what we need to do beforehand, right? Because tutors help us stay ahead. They don't help us keep up if we really use them the way that we should It's not a bad thing to have a tutor. That's actually a smart thing, right? So we've got to say or admit those things that are disabilities to us, right? Disability, again, okay, a legal term. If you don't do it like everyone else, then you are disabled in that area. Doesn't mean that you aren't smart. Doesn't mean that you aren't capable. It just means that you need some assistance, and that's okay, right? People spend their whole lives trying to get disability funds, but for some reason, we don't like to use that term. But it's an okay term to use, right? As long as we can turn it into this ability, which I think we're going to talk about next. Sheila Barker is here. Thank you so much for joining. So we've got to be able to say those things that are challenges for us that we're not good at, and then we can know that going in. Because if I don't know what engineering paper looks like or graph paper looks like, but yet I'm going into a job as an engineer and I don't know what the engineering paper looks like, I'm going to be stressed out. So the first thing I need to do even before I apply is probably say, is this a good fit for me? Be honest with myself. Say, is this a good fit for me? And then I probably need to go in and be honest about that too. Because if they're going to want me to come in day one ready, as Birmingham City School says, I'm not going to know what to do. And now I'm stressed out, right? So we've got to admit what our strengths and our weaknesses are so that we can best do the job. Number 3 is seize every opportunity. We need to be able to seize every opportunity. Seize every opportunity. So I'm trying to type as I go, y'all. Every opportunity to convert disabilities. I promise I can read and spell. Into this ability. All right. So what does that mean at school? What that means at school is that we may need a 504. We may need an IEP. On our jobs even, right? The Americans with Disabilities Act calls for some job accommodations to be made, college accommodations to be made. We've got to seize those opportunities. They exist, but some of us are too ashamed or too proud. I've had people say, I don't need that help. Well, everybody needs some help, right? And so if it's there, you may as well get it. You know, and I think that in my practice, so if you're my patient, I've always pushed or encouraged you all to get the IEP, get the 504. But I'm going to really, really, really be encouraging even more that my parents consider that, because it's all about getting the kids what they need to help them succeed. And if we had a child in a wheelchair, there would be no way in the world that we would tell the school we don't want them to unlock the elevator so our child can get to the second floor. Am I saying that right? If our child were in a wheelchair, we would absolutely want them to have the elevator unlocked so that they could wheel in, go up, wheel out, and get to their class. To tell that child to stand at those steps and figure it out. Start longer, stay up late until you get to the top. We absolutely would not do that. But why, when it comes to education, we consider it any different is beyond me. Now, somebody might say, well, Dr. Brady B, your child aren't on have an IEP or 504. Well, that's true. But if they needed it, guess who would have it? Any of them. Any of them would. Because I'm trying to do, that's my whole reason for existing as a parent, is to make life better for my children. And if my children have a disability and they need some help getting to the second floor, guess what I'm going to do? Be at the school talking about where's the key. Where is the key to the elevator? So my child can easily get to the second floor. Yeah, they might be strong in their upper body and they can pull themselves up step by step. But why in the world would I do that if an elevator sits right there and all we've got to do is unlock it? That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Let's see what we got. Miss Angelica Langford, thank you for joining. Mama is here. Thank you for joining. Miss Bridget Henderson, good afternoon. And I say good afternoon to you. And Miss Sheila Barker, my cousin, says, hello, great topic. Absolutely, because we're all stressed out. But some of us are stressed out because we are not setting realistic goals. Some of us are stressed out because we will not say or admit those things that challenge us. And some of us are stressed out because we do not seize the opportunities to make our disabilities become this ability. Y'all following me? Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? Lalita is here. Good afternoon. Are y'all in the building? Are y'all with me? Am I talking about stuff that you have heard or seen or experienced before? Are y'all with me? Are we here? Hey, girl. That's right, girl. Hey, how you doing, Miss Shanrika? Did I say that right, girl? Let me know if I said that right. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, girl. Y'all with me? Ain't nobody saying nothing. True. Okay. Okay. We got true. I'm just making sure y'all are here. I'm just making sure y'all are here. I'm stepping on toes. You know, when people start stepping on toes, we get quiet. But y'all know I got to help you out. Okay. Number four, we're talking about the 10 S's that we need to help our teens handle stress. Reduce stress. Number 4. We on number 4. We got 10, y'all. We got a long way to go. Number 4 is to say no. Now, what are we going to say no to? Of course, we're going to say no to drugs, right? Because drugs will stress us out. All right. But we're also going to say no to all those things that we do as parents to voluntarily overextend ourselves. And we're going to tell our teenagers to say no to the things that voluntarily overextend them. Now, if your child's curriculum calls for them to study 20 hours every night after they get out of school, but they still want to play on the football team, we're going to have a conversation. Because maybe your kid can do it, but maybe they can't. So maybe they got to say no to something. Maybe they've got to be like the patient I mentioned at the beginning who has to say no to the job. Mama was like, you don't need to work. We never told you got to work. What do you need? What do you want that you don't have? She couldn't name anything. She just wanted to work. Everybody else was working, so she had to work. So we've got to say no. I say no. We got facts. We've got on here. We've got yes facts. Absolutely. We got to say no. Mama can't be in every organization. I'm talking to myself now. Can't take all the jobs. Can't take all the sports. Can't take everybody's child home. I was listening to something on Facebook today, and the young lady said, I don't get stressed out because I say no regularly. And, you know, sometimes for people like me, and maybe some of y'all too, I'm sure y'all are like that, it's hard for us to say no. Because we think people are going to be mad. We think we're going to disappoint somebody. We think we're not holding up our end of the bargain. We think they're going to think we're stuck up. We're not good enough. But we got to say no. Prime example. Last night, my boys play sports. If you know me, you know my husband loves football. He's the commissioner of the park. He's the coach of one of their teams. Football, I've been hearing about football, y'all, nonstop for the last several weeks. So they needed a birth certificate. I went out there last night to deliver birth certificates. I'm filling out the little application because my husband, even though he's there, he hadn't done that. Filling out the applications. And I'm looking down, but I hear somebody say, now we're going to have to get you on this Teen Mom roster. And I looked up and I said, is she talking to me? Because everybody out there know commissioner's wife is not the teen mama type. I'm going to treat these kids, the ones of them that come to me. I'm going to advocate for them. I'm going to do some videos. And I will buy all the Gatorade you need. But teen mama, I'm going to tell you no. Every time. Every time. And my boys, I think, have been playing 2 or 3 years. I am not your teen mama. But I will buy the heck out of some snacks. That's what I do. Okay. Yes, Lolita says no is a complete sentence. I'm just learning this and getting better at saying it. It absolutely is. I did a whole live on it. Just look up no when you search on my page. I did a whole live on the benefits of saying no, and I did one on the benefits of saying yes. But we've got to absolutely say no. Sometimes you need to say no to your kids, sometimes to your spouse, sometimes to yourself. Tell yourself no. Just practice saying no at least once a day to yourself so it becomes easier, because it's very difficult for the people like me who like to say yes. But that teen mama thing, that's no. Eat every day, all day. No. Nope. Because I have to protect my peace, and I also have to protect my time. And I figure I'm doing a ministry when I'm on lives, when I'm working. If I can keep the kids focusing so the coach didn't have to scream, go left and they go right, that look like a teen mama job to me. Do it look like a teen mama job to y'all? Look like I am the teen mama of the year. All right. Somebody said I said no to my kids working. No is essential. Balance, baby. Yes, yes, yes. Shanrika says, me too. Teach our kids how to say no without explanation. Because no, it doesn't require explanation. Although we think it does. No, girl, because I got to. It don't matter what you got to do. You could be butt naked at home in your bed, walking around your house, and that's your business. The answer is no. No. Do you want to know? Have you ever thought about no? Are you planning on no? Can I come over and no? No, the answer is no. Some people say, well, let me think about it. You know, right then the answer is no. Just go and tell them people no, so they want to call you back. Just tell them, no, I'm not interested. Telemarketers called me today. Hello, Miss Bowling. Well, you know, the phone now says could be spam. Great. Well, it didn't this time, and it was out of state. I was expecting an out-of-state call. Didn't say what this area code was, so I answered. Hello, Miss Bowling. Miss Balling. When they say Miss Balling, I know they don't read it. Hello, Miss Balling. Just want to let you know that you have some unused travel credits. And I just, no, ma'am, I'm not interested, but I'm not rude. No, ma'am, I'm not interested. I'm not going to be traveling and using that anytime soon. Have a good day. And I hang up. No, I don't need to hear nothing else, because they're hinging onto you keeping listening so that you can say yes. So no, and I'm hanging up, but I'm going to be nice about it. I'm going to tell you. Sometimes I'll do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, goodbye, and I hang up. All right. So we got to number 4, say no. Of course, to substances, but mostly to things that are tying them up, overextending them. Now, this message is for y'all too. The whole message is for the parents too. All right. We've got Miss Dina Maxwell Stafford. KG is here. Thank y'all so much for watching. Keena, my sister, Miss Chandra Tarver. Clark is in the building. Thank you all. These are my regulars, y'all. We got fans over here at Dr. Brandy B. Okay, number 5. Switch it up or pivot. Switch it up. And the P word, pivot. That was the word for 2020, y'all. Pivot. Kalu says, I have no problem saying no. I was the go-to person. I set myself up for that. Yep. And so that's the thing. That's why a lot of us, it's difficult for us to say no, because we've been saying yes for so long that people are used to us saying yes. So the first time we say no, they're like, wait a minute. What's wrong? We got a problem. No, we don't have a problem. I just can't do that right now. I don't want to do that. No. All right. Switch it up and pivot. Hello, Dr. Andrea. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. That's my friend, y'all. She is over here being amazing. I know, OBGYN extraordinaire. In the Peary. Wait a minute. No. That's not where you are. You're in Pennsylvania. Yes. Okay, switch it up. Happy Friday, my sis Priscilla says. All right, we got to switch it up and pivot. In order to reduce stress, we've got to be able to switch it up and pivot. As my mama said, life comes at you fast. I think she got it from a commercial, honey, but she always said life comes at you fast. And it does. And if you are so hell-bent on doing it the way that you had in your mind, you're going to be messed up. Case in point, I wanted to be a pediatrician. I still got it. Look at there. That's my pediatric license right there. I got it. And I do a little bit here and there with it. But if I had been so stubborn when my mentor, Dr. Jacqueline Stewart, said to me, I want you to think about doing something else. Think about a subspecialty. If I had dug my heels in, I would have met my goal. But now I'm living in my purpose. I've got job security. I write my ticket. I absolutely love what I do. I've got flexibility. I couldn't be seeing patients over the screen if I were a pediatrician. Not indefinitely. But now I'm like, office? Oh, okay. Meet me there. So you got to be able to pivot, right? 2020 was all about pivoting. Life happened. We couldn't go anywhere. You had to get to know the people you live with. You had to pivot on that thing. You had to figure out how to do your job a different way. And some of us are still doing our jobs that new way. You had to figure out that maybe this career isn't the one for me because this career does not stand the test of time. It does not stand the test of COVID. So we've got to be able to pivot. Sis says I'm living in my purpose every day. I am, y'all. I promise. I wake up and I'm so excited to go to work. Now, I may not want to go, but I'm so excited to go and help these babies and help these families. I mean, and I still probably would have been fulfilled as a pediatrician. I don't know. I'll never know now. Never will I know. Because I have found the thing that I was made to do. But only because somebody suggested it to me, or if life had happened and an opportunity had presented itself. We've got to seize these opportunities. We've got to act on them. We've got to be able to switch it up and pivot. Anybody out there ever had to switch it up or pivot? You thought you were going to be doing one thing, but you end up doing something else, and you were like, holy cow, how did I ever think I was going to do that thing? How did I ever think I was going to be with that person till I died? How did I ever think that my child was going to do this when really my child at best can do this, and my child is happy doing this? Anybody ever had to switch it up? Had to get your mind switched up? Because sometimes we got to get our mind switched up. We have things so locked in our minds that we cannot let our bodies and the rest of us be free to go in that direction. But if you want to reduce anxiety, and that's what we're talking about, you've got to be able to switch it up and to pivot. So we're talking about reducing stress. 10 S's. The first, set realistic goals. Some of us are stressed out because our goals are unrealistic. It cannot be done, not in the amount of time that we're giving ourselves. Somebody said, I want to be 30 and have 3 kids and a husband. And you're 29. It ain't no way that's going to happen. Unless you have twins and you get married tomorrow. That's a whole lot of stuff to put on yourself. That's a whole lot of pressure. Now you're feeling anxious. 2, seize every opportunity. 2 is to say or admit those things that give you challenges, those disability, those challenging things for you or for your child. Some parent might say right now, it's challenging for me to parent a child with a disability. You better admit that. And then see what you need to do to get you some help. Respite. Okay, number 3, seize every opportunity to get some help. So at school, 504s, IEPs, respite, saying to your spouse, I'm gone. Walk out the door. Y'all figure it out. I'll be back. Number 4, saying no. Saying no to anything that is not absolutely a requirement. Number 5, switch it up and pivot. When you can be flexible. You know, let's say, I was reading a post and a girlfriend of mine said, my child is going to junior college. He's taking the non-traditional route. I was like, no, that's traditional. That's his traditional. He switched it up on y'all. Y'all weren't ready. He switched it up. He pivoted. Because at the end of the day, when you get that 4-year degree, whether you get it in 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 years, however long, who's gonna inquire about that? I took the MCAT so many times, y'all. I had to write in to the people because I did a post-bac year. So I had to write into the MCAT and tell them I was not trying to steal questions. Who asked me how many times I took the MCAT? You've never thought about it. because I'm triple board certified now. So who cares how many times it took me to take the MCAT? Nobody cares, right? So we got to get beyond that and realize that you got to switch it up. You got to do something different. If what you're doing to prepare for the test is not working, you need to do something different. That's what we call insanity, doing the same thing, getting and expecting different results. Y'all there? Y'all done got quiet on me. Y'all got quiet. Come on back. Miss Luella Marbury said, Mr. Donnell Burrell is here. My auntie Brenda, so glad to see you. We have been missing you, love. So glad you are back with us today. All right. Number 6, we got to socialize. Y'all like to socialize. That's why y'all come over here. Y'all partly listening to me and partly socializing, even virtually. Ain't that amazing what technology can do? We've got to socialize in positive settings, and we've got to shun negative ones. Now, when I say shun, let's be very clear that I don't mean I want you to turn your nose up at the people, but you got to be able to separate yourself. When you're talking about not being stressed out, you got to be able to separate yourself from things that are going to stress you out. And if the circle that you hang with as a teenager is a circle of folks who don't want to go to school, is a circle of folks who drive too fast, have unprotected sex, smoke marijuana, and don't work, and they're always encouraging you to do that, you got to stay away from that. Because there can always be one to pull the others up, but it also could be that they pull you down. So you got to stay away from that. And you got to socialize with people with like minds. They say birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. Kalu says she pivoted and relocated several times. As long as you get it right, just keep pivoting. You know, I love to see those the military guys when they pivot. Oh, that's so smooth to me. You got to pivot to get where you're going. If it was straight, everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be doing it. But everybody isn't meant to do everything. That's why people pivot. College didn't work out for you. Okay, pivot. They got good paying jobs out here. Name it. We gonna listen. I'm gonna pay somebody to cut my grass. I'm gonna pay somebody to cook my French fries, to cook, period. I'm looking for somebody right now to do my clothes. I pay somebody to clean my house. I pay somebody to clean my oil, to change my oil. What else? Because that makes my life easy. I can keep doing this instead of trying to figure out how I'm gonna get an hour to do that. Need to pivot, Dr. Andrea says, and set realistic expectations. It is unrealistic for me to be able to cook, clean, work a lot of different jobs, be on social media, play with my kids, play with my husband, and then try to take my career to the next level. It's unrealistic. I'm going to have to let some stuff go. I'm going to have to say no to a party. And I said no plenty of times in school. Just like my mama said to me. I tell you all the time, my mama said, no, and I love you. No, and I love you. No, and I love you. And you're beautiful. Okay. She threw that in there too, all the time. No, I love you. You're beautiful. No, I love you. You're beautiful. Right? And those no's are what got me to this point. HVAC, plumbing, all of that. I've told y'all before, we had to call those people out there Christmas Eve. Oh, Lord. In the basement, y'all, it was a mess. And we had to call those people out there. That man said, if you had called us tomorrow, which would have been Christmas Eve, it would have been even more. But he gave us the discount because it was the eve of Christmas Eve. And what did we do? We paid it because I don't know anything about plumbing. I just pressed the button and the stuff go down. If stuff start coming up, we got to call somebody else. HVAC, air conditioning in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm not going to be without any air. Better let that baby go and get some air conditioning training, child care. I'm never going to teach my kids. I love them, but they got to get out of here and go and let somebody else do that. So if the teacher wants 2 boxes of pencil, I'm sending 3. But that's just me. All right, what else we going to do? So we got to switch it up. We got to socialize, right? I tell people all the time, all of my friends have a license. They got some kind of license they can lose. So when some go down, we all got something at stake. So none of us are likely to do anything too crazy because we don't want to lose our license and we don't want to be on the news, right? All of my friends don't have to be doctors, but all of my friends have something to lose. And kids really need to hear that. They really need to hear that. Mr. Donnell says, hey, Dr. B, speaking as a technician myself, locomotive electrician are crucial, great paying jobs. And we are much needed to our society. Listen, I tell people all the time, my daddy cut paper for a living. That man could pick up a book and tell you how, the thickness, the weight, if it was cut right, what they cut it with. I said, oh, daddy, that's a whole lot of information about paper, my God. But that man made a lot of money cutting paper. Put me through Vanderbilt cutting paper, right? So we got to pivot. And as I always say at Dr. Brandy B, make sure that you are parenting the child you got and not the one you prayed for. All right, moving on. Y'all know I start fussing and preaching, but I ain't going to do that today. So we got to socialize in positive things, right? The music that I listen to. Now, my husband talk about me all the time. He said I'm ratchet, and I am. Drive a little Prius, some days. And I bump a little hood music. But what is it about? It's about money. It's about prosperity. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Jesus. And I play that too. But when I'm going to a job and I'm tired, when I wake up and money, prosperity, going to the next level, my circle, my clique, these are the things that get me hype. I'm usually on a natural high, so I don't need much. But all of this stuff impacts us, what we listen to, who we're around. So we want to socialize in positive settings. Okay, that was number 6. Number 7. Mama says, good advice. Yes, Mama. Thank you, girl. 7. We want to state affirmations, and what else? And our mantras. Your mantra. Oh, there is Rachel. Hey, girl. That's my friend, y'all. That's Faith's God's mother. You can come pick her up. Faith wrote on my stuff, y'all. She wrote on my luggage. So if you see a little 3-year-old with a red piece of luggage rolling it around on the front side, because she doesn't know to pull it on the wheels on the back, that's her. Pick her up and keep her for a little while. Bring her back a little later. All right, y'all, but we got to state affirmations in our mantras. Okay, so your mantra is your 6-word. I like 6-word. Got that from Deidre Diaz. 6-word mantra that is going to get you through the tough times. Mine is, and God can do that too. TOO. And God can do that too. So when I was studying for Peas boards, right? I was like, Lord, I took this test. You got to help me. And that, I went to something and she said something about a 6-word mantra. And so I still remember that, right? That was like 2015 or 16. I still use that same mantra because no matter what it is, God can do that too. And I encourage you to get yours because you can fall back on that. Encourage your teenagers, your children to get that as well. Your affirmations are those, Dr. Michelle, the 1 through 5 are up. I typed them all out, but we'll go back over them, girl. We'll go back over them, but I typed them out. But your affirmations are those I am positive statements. I am going to touch 500 more children this year. I will reach my income goals. I will keep my sanity, right? Because when I was in med school, I often said, and I didn't know, anything about a mantra, but I knew that there would be no degree without being SANE, because some people lose their minds trying to get educated. And I wasn't going to do that. I was going to come back home and work at a department store in fashion first, because I like that. I like shopping. So I figured I could do that, get a discount, but I wasn't going to lose my mind, right? So we have to make those statements, those things that we're saying and we're expecting them to come true. That's what we're doing with our affirmations. If you don't have affirmations by now, you've been listening to me, you just hard-headed. And your mantra, you need to get your 6-word mantra. Some people say they just have a scripture. That's fine too. Whatever it is, but when times get tough, as times will, mama said life come at you fast. You minding your business, driving down the road, boom, somebody hit you. You minding your business, the phone ring, boom, somebody dead. You minding your business, boom, something happened, you got to drop out of college. Boom, you got a bad test score. Boom, you got diagnosed with cancer. Boom, you got a phone call from the school, your kid cut up again. They say you got to come pick them up and you can't bring them back until. That's life coming at you fast. So you got to be having something to get you calm, get you back together real quick. All right. Let's go back over everything. We talk about the 10 S's for reducing stress. It's designed for your team, but it's for you too. Set realistic goals. That's number 1. Dr. Michelle, set realistic goals. Some of us have too much that we're trying to do in a set time and it's not going to happen and we're stressed out about it. Number 2, we want to say or admit those things that are disabilities for us, challenging for us, and those things that are abilities for us, our strengths. Then number 3, we want to seize every opportunity to turn the stuff in number 2, the disabilities, into this ability. Okay. So that may be an IEP. That may be if you know that you're an adult and you don't know how to read, going and getting some reading courses. Okay. If you know that your job is in one where there's a lot of Spanish speaking people, right? They have tools and apps for that, right? It's just saying, I need some help. Let me seize every opportunity to get the help. Number 4 is to say no. Say no. Say no to all those things that we don't have to do, right? And remember, no is a whole entire paragraph. So we don't need an explanation. We don't need a dissertation. All we need to do is say no. If it don't feel right, if you don't want to do it, if you've already taken your clothes or your bra off, no, not going. Okay? And of course, saying no to substances, right? Number 5 is to switch it up or pivot. Some of us get too fixed in a thing. It is just not working for us. If I had been fixed on being a pediatrician and not listen to the advice, the gentle suggestion of my mentor, you would not have Dr. Brandy B. Dr. Brandy B is a whole brand that you would never have met had I been a pediatrician. Nothing wrong with pediatricians. Shout out to pediatricians. We love pediatricians. But there was something else on my life, but I had to be open to pivoting and switching it up. Then number 6, we want to socialize in the positives, around positive people, around positive thoughts, around positive music. Shun away from things that are negative. Shun away from. I wish I could correct that. I will. But we want to shun away from, but not shun the people that are doing those things, right? And then we want to state, number 7, our affirmations and our mantra. Mr. Donnell says, Dr. B, this is my affirmation. I will go back to the beach this year. Yes. Go ahead and get it in. You got Labor Day coming up. If nothing else, go ahead and get it in. Labor Day is probably kind of crowded, but get it in. It's always warm at the beach. And if not at the beach in Florida or Lower Alabama, they got beaches somewhere. California, go. Take a trip. Take the trip. Take the trip. Somebody right now is waiting on the perfect time. There is no perfect time. Take the trip. Take the trip. Dr. Michelle, you are welcome. All right, where we at now? Where are we? Where are we? Number 8. Number 8. I know y'all are guilty. No, y'all aren't guilty. Y'all don't do this. Size yourself up against others sparingly. Size yourself up against others sparingly. What does sizing yourself up mean? Comparing yourself. My journey is not your journey, 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 is not your journey. So I can't size myself up against you. I got to be on my own journey. I got to stay in my lane. People call me, they say, will you do therapy on my child? And I exercise number 4, and I say no, because I don't do therapy. I know what the gift is that God has given me, and I stay in my lane. But I've got good friends who are therapists. And y'all know 100% of human beings need therapy, especially adults. Why? Because life comes at us fast, right? And so we need to be able to process that. Right? So, no, is the answer to when somebody says, do you do therapy? I could probably be good at it. And I give good advice, but I'm not a therapist. That's not what I do. All right. So don't size yourself up. You say, oh, well, Dr. Brandy B, you got a husband. Y'all got 3 beautiful kids. Let me tell y'all something. Facebook will have you lying, right? And I tell y'all all the time, just this room that I'm in, it's a mess all around me. But what you see is so pleasant, right? And that's what most people are like when you're looking at them. You're seeing what they want you to see. You're seeing that nice car that they got out of, that they consistently keep 2 notes behind because they know that 3 notes behind, they're coming to pick it up. Right? You're seeing that beautiful house and it has no furniture inside. So when you ask to come over, they talk about, girl, the pandemic, but they at everybody else's house. There's no furniture inside. So make sure that you are sizing yourself up against others sparingly, because sometimes comparison can lead to deceit. So make sure your children know that. Make sure your children know that comparison is not always a good thing. Now, if you say, girl, how many pages did we have to read tonight? I read 10. And they say, girl, we had to read 15. Okay, that's a good reason to compare, because you just forgot, weren't paying attention, and thought they said 10, but they said 15. Okay, so now you compared and you can go back and read those other 15. But if the other student that you asked said, girl, we had to read 10, but you could get 1 bonus point if you read 5 more, and you know that you're about to fall asleep, go to sleep. If your sleep is more important, if you turn into a monster, if you stay up 1 minute past bedtime, please go to sleep. Do everybody in your house a favor. All right? So size yourself up against others sparingly. And I know in mommy groups and in all these different groups, that is so dangerous. Comparison. Oh, my baby's 9 months and he's not crawling. Well, crawling is not a milestone. Y'all didn't know that, though. Somebody said my baby crawled at 3 months. Okay, great. But crawling is not a milestone. Not a developmental milestone. So great. You all worked up about something that don't even matter. It's not a developmental milestone. Walking is, and there's a range. So what your kid in walking on their first birthday? Somebody said to me, girl, you're going to be in school forever. And what you going to be doing? Working forever? We're going to be doing something? Okay. That's why we got to socialize around people that are positive, around people that get higher education. Even if they didn't go, they can appreciate it. Because those are the people that have you thinking that you're in school too long. Listen, my high school classmates, my college classmates, my elementary classmates, whoever. Maybe they didn't go to college. Maybe I was in school a long time. But then when I came out, boom. It was worth it. So we got to think beyond that. Okay. All right. What else we got? What else we got? That was number what? 8. A whole word says, Dr. Michelle, stop comparing yourself to people. Stay in your lane and run your race. When my husband was running for judge, they used to have this saying, run your race. Run your race. Because you really do not know what other people have gone through. Went to college with a girl who drove a BMW. And she said to me, people don't understand I had to lose both my parents to get this BMW. Both her parents died. People don't see all that. They just see you got a BMW. And it does the same thing your Corolla does. Keep driving. All right. That's number 8. Number 9. What's number 9? Savor the moment. Savor the moment. Savor the moment. Some of us are stressed out because we are looking too far into the future. We're looking too far into the future. Savor the moment you have right now. What can I do in this moment? Somebody said in a song, never, and we could change it to ever. That's a long, long time. Savor the moment right now. Do your deep breathing. Do your grounding exercises. If you feel yourself getting worked up, just stop and use your senses. While you're breathing slowly and deeply, name 5 things that you can see. Name 4 things that you can touch. Name 3 things that you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. You can take as long or as little time as you need. Sometime at the red light, somebody gave you the bird, and you was like, I ain't even doing that. Got to realize other folks are stressed out too. So you're not the only person that's stressed out. So savor the moment. Mama said, take care of yourself. Whatever you got to do. If you got to say no to savor the moment, say no. Say no. Yeah, get over it. Say no. Say no. I love my mom. One day we were talking about a decision I had asked her about. And she said, well, I probably wouldn't have done that. And I said, wait a minute. I asked you about this decision before I made it. So I could feel myself getting upset, so I can't be disrespectful. Because mama's still mama. So I said, okay, I'm going to call you back. Just say no to continue that conversation right there. Because the decision was made. And there wasn't nothing else to talk about. I had to get back in that moment and take control of that situation. Somebody said they want to go to the beach. Mr. Daniel, go to the beach. ASAP. Go. Go to the beach. Some of us stressed out about, are we going to get a promotion at our job? If we still take the vacation, you better take the vacation. Because if you drop dead, they're going to, in no particular order, post your job, send a flower, and some of them going to come to the funeral. Savor the moment. All right. Lastly, number 10. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Y'all here? Y'all quiet today? Last thing we're going to do is salute success. Some of us are stressed out because we don't know if we're going to be successful. We're stressed out because we don't know if our children are going to be successful. We are stressed out because we don't know if that. All right, we got yes. We got with you. Yes, ma'am. Still here. All right. Okay. Y'all still here? We winding up. We winding up. We got to salute success. That's why we're stressed out. We are only stressed out because we don't know if we're going to be able to pay the bills. We're only stressed out because we don't know if we're going to get that raise, that promotion. We're only stressed out because we don't know if our child is going to make honor roll this year. But I want to encourage you to salute success every day. If they usually call you from the school by 12 and it's 12:30, I want you to shout right at your desk. Just lose your mind and shout right at that desk, because that is a successful moment. If they usually call you at least once a day, I want you to just shout right at 3 o'clock. Hallelujah, I did not get a phone call. If you worry about your bills every month, I don't want you to wait until they're all paid. When you send one off, I want you to just shout right there. Just celebrate the success of paying that one bill. If you say, Lord, how am I going to make it through nursing school? I don't want you to wait to the end of nursing school to celebrate success. I want you to celebrate getting in. I want you to celebrate the first test, the first class you go to. Thank you, Lord, somebody didn't get in and I'm here. I want you to celebrate the first test that you pass, because you're going to pass it because you got your mantras, because you got, what else? What are your tools? You got your mantras, you got your affirmations. You set some realistic goals. You can't go to all the parties and study. What else you do? You switched it up when you realize after the first week of classes that sitting in the back wasn't going to work. So you got that early, switched it up, sat in the front. What else did you do? You socialized around some people. And let me tell y'all something about socializing. Even positive people sometimes don't need to know what you're doing. Sometimes you need to keep some stuff to yourself, because you're the only person that can really motivate you. And when I'm really going through something, I got a soundtrack for it. See, now they call it you can do it on your Apple Music or whatever. You can set different songs, right? But I had this one song, Encourage Yourself. There's a reason that those people made that song, because sometimes people around you don't understand what you're doing. When I first decided to lose weight, and I've never been a super, super, super obese girl, but I was obese. This was while I was in residency. And I decided I didn't like the way I looked. Went to Disney World, put my arm up, and so much was hanging down. I said, whoa, Kemosabe. I went on a diet. I told no one. Because what's the first thing people say? Oh, you fine. You don't need to lose no weight. And I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want anybody discouraging me. So when we're talking about socializing in positive settings, sometimes you are your positive setting. Don't tell everybody your business. They're not ready. If they have not been with you and received the vision that God has given you about how success will look for you, they're not going to be able to comprehend what it is that you're talking about. People say to me, girl, why are you studying for a Peace Board again when you are already very successful as a child and adolescent psychiatrist? They couldn't see it, and I couldn't see it either. All I knew was that I wanted to do that. And now, many people can't get onto a Facebook live stream and say, I'm triple board certified. They sure cannot. But I can, because I persevered, because I had that inside of me. And so it was not from embarrassment, but it was just because everybody don't need to know. Everybody is not a part of that crew that you need to socialize with. When you're telling your stuff that you're telling, they don't understand it. And it's not on them. They weren't giving your vision, right? They were not giving your vision. Somebody said, Auntie Gail said, that's right. Angelica said, it's between you and God. Playlist, girl. That's it, honey. Playlist. Girl, I'm just, listen, I still keep a paper calendar, honey, so playlist is way advanced for me. Dr. Michelle says, I love this. Catrice says, you have dropped so many jewels today. Thank you for these tools. I will go over this with my son starting this weekend. Yes, Miss Sharon, beautiful Miss Sharon. Y'all, she's got the most amazing spirit. Miss her so much over in Fayette County. She says, yes, ma'am. Very good, because y'all are hanging in here with me. That's right, y'all. Everybody cannot, you know, everybody's not ready to know what it is that's inside of you. I've got some stuff inside of me, and my husband and I are very close. We tell each other everything, but there are just some things. And I first actually learned this from him. He told me one day, he said, I got a plan. I'm thinking, well, you ain't telling me the plan. Well, I'm your helpmate. I'm praying for you when you ain't praying for yourself. But then I realized I don't have to know the plan. If he's trusting God, then I can trust him, and the plan gonna work out, and I don't have to know about it. Sometimes people come on Facebook and it's so frustrating. They say, just pray for me, don't ask no questions, but we knows it. What you tell me what I'm praying for. And sometimes I'll say, well, I can't pray because I don't know what to pray for, but then I just call their name out sometimes. But sometimes it ain't ready to be revealed, but we telling people, y'all got me on here. I said 10 minutes. Look at here. All right. That's the shout. That's it. That is it. So what are we doing? Number one, these are 10 tools. I hope you wrote them down. But if you didn't, I did. Did I write them down? Did I write number 10? Yes, number 10. I want you to go over these with your kids. I want you to let them listen to it, if they will, spend an hour listening to it, because it's very important. Somebody right now is entering their senior year, and deep down in their heart, they don't want to go to college. But both their parents went to HBCUs and with King and the Queen, rode on top of the hood. You know, somebody's mom out there is a triple board certified doctor. Their dad is an attorney, but they don't feel like college is for them. Somebody out there, their kid has not done well in college, and they know they got something going on, but they're scared to face it. But we say number 2, you got to say it. You got to admit it. And then number 3, you got to work on it, because it's not going to get better. We can't deny it, right? So we got to set these realistic goals. Help your kids set realistic goals, right? So a realistic goal for my child right now, my children, when they say fireman and police officer, I applaud them. And when Faith at 3 says a ballerina, baby, you're going to be the best ballerina that mama can help you to be, because that's an age-appropriate goal. If she want to be a ballerina, guess what? We buy all the tiaras that the Dollar Tree makes. $1.25 tree, sorry about that. We gonna get them all. I'm not pushing her to be anything other than what she wants to be. But we also got to be honest with our kids. And my husband and I explain the lifestyle that you live with us is because of our sacrifices, the way that we set our goals, the way that we were able to be honest with ourselves. If you want this lifestyle, well, you better be like Miss Copeland if you're gonna be a ballerina. Okay. All right. What else we got? Call my name out on Tuesday. All right. I'm calling you out, Priscilla. This is right on time. Thank you for this. Yes, y'all. I was sitting and I'm going to tell you why. I was stressed out, y'all. This was a real rough week for me, and I'll just be transparent with y'all. I make this job look easy, and I make it look good, and I do love what I do. But Wednesday morning, y'all, I woke up to 3 messages on my messenger. And when I say, I jokingly say on my private Facebook page that people slide into my inbox, and they do. They'll never say anything here. They won't watch this video with us. And that's why we're going to get our own group so we can really talk, because they won't watch it with us. They'll come back and watch it later, and I'm glad that they're watching it. But then they'll inbox me and they'll tell me some stuff. So one of the other things we need to do to reduce anxiety, and I'm going to just throw this in there, is we're going to have to sleep on the messenger, sleep on that Facebook, because it caught my eye, y'all, that 3 things were going on with 3 different patients in crisis. And for the rest of the day, it burdened me. And I dealt with each of them individually, but these were parents that were crying out, moms that were looking to me. And somehow my reputation has gotten out in these streets that I'm good. Now, I praise God for that. But y'all can imagine the type of pressure that puts on me when somebody says, you were the one that so-and-so told me to come. But anyway, Wednesday, I was all messed up because of these 3 messages and these parents. And I was making phone calls, and I was still seeing patients. And then my kids came home, and it just went over. And then it spilled over into Thursday, and then even today. And I was like, Lord, I can't catch a break. Like, so just pray for me. That's what I'm saying. Pray for me. Pray for me to just catch a break, catch a breath, a deep breath, right? I may just go get a hotel room and be by myself, right? Because I love what I do. It's fun. I help families. But just like anybody on their job, if you're a secretary, it's stressful. People mad because they can't get an appointment till the 10th of November of 2025. And they shouting at you. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You know, if you're a tax preparer, accountant, people mad because they got to pay back taxes. Well, that's not your fault. You know, so everybody is stressed out, right? Everybody is stressed out. But really and truly, if we try to, these are just but 10 steps. If we would do these, we would be so much better off. Our kids would be in such better position. And we could really be able to celebrate success. And remember, success is every day that we make it through, and all is well. Right? And all is well. So I appreciate you all for being here. Miss Dr. Michelle says, amen, girl, and peace right before school starts. And I have COVID. Stress. Absolutely. Absolutely. Praise break, says Priscilla. Absolutely. Y'all know we're shot over here. We ain't above shouting, praying, crying. We've done it all over here at Focus on It Friday. Somebody said last week, thank you for keeping it real, honey. I don't know any other way to keep it. If I start trying to keep it fake, y'all send help. Because that's uncomfortable for me. I mess around and forgot what I said. And I can't do that. I like to remember what I'm talking about. So I have to keep it real. That's the only person I know how to be is Brandy. I begged my mom to change my name to Christy. She wouldn't do it. So I'm just Brandy. All right. Praying for you. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Y'all remember me. And the more I do this, the more I realize why it's important that we pray for our pastors and our leaders. Because they have a lot on them. City leaders, government leaders. Ooh, we. Ooh. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you tell your babies you love them. Because somebody's baby, we're assuming they know. But they hear all kinds of stuff at school. So make sure you tell them you love them. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Dr. Brandy B, your triple board certified pediatrician, adult psychiatrist, child and adolescent psychiatrist. Through my Facebook live stream, Focus on It Friday, through my book, Shine, Understanding ADHD so your child can be a star. If you see me in Walmart, y'all know I'm always in Walmart. I am always trying to educate people so that you and your children can be successful in the classroom, in life, or wherever it is that you may find yourself. If your attitude, if your mood, if your mindset is not right, try to do what you can to pivot. Get those affirmations. I will have a great day today. That's a great one to start with. If you're just not feeling up to it, I will have a great day today. You just be amazed. Oh God, you be amazed what just saying something positive will do for your life, for your mood, for your world. Speak these things as if they are so, is what the Bible tells us. And I believe that if you're trying to get out of school, if you're trying to make $1 million, if you're trying to find a husband, if you're trying to, but be ready when it comes. Because as I kept thinking to myself Wednesday, we always talk about to whom much is given, much is required. And we always think about money. But I was given this gift. And with that, I know that God gave it to me. And so I have to lean on him to give me the strength to know what to tell parents, the strength to know who to call, know the next steps, and then the strength to still have energy for myself and for my family. So thank y'all for being here. Thank you for whatever it is that you do. Your job is important too, whether you're sweeping or whether you're the CEO and all in between. We thank you for doing what you do. Keep dropping them hot fries if you work at McDonald's, because I love hot fries. I'm not eating them for the next 3 weeks, but I'll be back and I'm going to want a big hot fry. But I love you. Keena says, not today, only sunshine my way. That was our mantra when we did my 5-year private practice anniversary on, that was the depression one. Not today, only sunshine my way. LaShondra Lewis says the services. Honey, I always thank the people when I go through the drive-thru. Thank you for coming to work today, because I'm not cooking anything. So I need those people at work, and I appreciate them. Mama says always good. Priscilla says shining bright. Auntie Brian says thank you. Keena says love you, and I love you right back. Auntie Miss Sadie says thank you, Dr. Brandon. You always give us great advice. Praying for you. Dr. Davis Dash says Kalu, praying for you, Dr. Branding. Let's see what else we got. LaShonda, Sheila Barker. All thanks for this information. Have a great weekend and be blessed. You all too. Listen, one of the highest compliments, and I know I done ended the show and I'm still talking. Lord have mercy. One of the highest compliments you can give me is to share the video. I want to see at least 20 shares, because this is good information. And if you write a little blurb at the top, that makes it personal. That means you watched it. You didn't just share it because I'm your friend or because I'm cute, but you actually got a nugget from it, a gold carrot, whatever it is that you got. That will mean the difference for me. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go and have some lunch. A good lunch. I don't know what I'm going to eat, though. Let me see. It won't be French fries, but I do love French fries, y'all. Anyway, let me get out of here. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all next week. I've not forgotten about the bullying. My bullying expert was going through some stuff, but so pray for her. Just pray for everybody, okay? Just pray for everybody. But so soon, hopefully, we will get that. I think this weekend she might be better. I'm also going to bring my husband on. He does education law. I think that there are some things that y'all need to hear about that as well. But for now, have a good weekend. Be safe. Bye.